Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today, the Seattle Seahawks are bringing back a quarterback who was with them for 2 seasons, only played in one, was the backup in 2022 for Geno Smith, and was the backup in 2023, but did play 4 games and 2 starts. And so that is definitely interesting. And he's back. 2024 was with the Giants, starting 5 games. The team went 1-4 in those 5 starts, and now he's back in Seattle. How about this? Today you had 2 quarterbacks return to their former teams. Joe Flacco went back to the Browns today on a 1-year, $4 million deal, and then Drew Lock back to the Seahawks for a second stint. And so 5 starts with the Giants. Team went 1-4. I'm not going to go ahead and say he played good, but you can't look at a quarterback that is playing for the New York Giants and say, all right, 1-4, that's a record. That's 100% his fault. Like, it wasn't, defense was not very good last year. Outside of Malik Neighbors, and I really like, the running back duo that they have with Tracy and Singletary. The very dysfunctional team last year. And at this point, I think Locke is a solid quarterback, but his job is not to be a starting quarterback in this league. His job is supposed to be a backup who can, help here and there as a starter if needed. All right, 1-4 the team went, but his numbers weren't bad. They weren't good, but they weren't bad. 1-4, 1,100 passing yards in those 5 starts, 6 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions thrown. And he did run for almost 100 rushing yards in those 5 games. And then last year in 2023, he started in 2 games not last year, feels like last year, but 2023 with the with the Seahawks, his new team again, started 2 games. One was against the 49ers, and that was a 28-16 loss against the amazing 49ers. But then there was a Monday Night Football game that the Seahawks had, which was at home against the Philadelphia Eagles, and Drew Lock had an amazing performance to help the Seahawks beat the Eagles, who were a top playoff team in the NFC that year. And his performance was a big reason of the Eagles' downfall, because it turned into things where that helped the Cowboys win in the division that year, and which ended up leading to the Eagles being a 5 seed having to go on the road to the playoffs. That performance by Drew Lock, who knows what happens if that performance doesn't happen by Drew Lock in that Monday Night Football game, because the Eagles might have definitely ended up being a top 2 seed in the playoffs, or a top 3 seed in the playoffs in the NFC, and winning the division over the Cowboys. The Cowboys potentially could have had to go on the road and play Tampa. Philly potentially would have had to play Green Bay in the first round. Who knows? Who knows what happens there? It would have been very interesting to see. But Drew Lock had an amazing performance against that Eagles team in 2023. And in his 2 starts with Seattle in 2023, he went 48 for 76, 543 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But those, I think 2 or 3 of those interceptions came against the 49ers. Maybe all 3 of them. His numbers against the Eagles are pretty good. He might have had 1 pick thrown in that game, and that was it. But yeah, so and it looks pretty good in those 2 starts for Seattle. Now when he was with the Broncos, with them, he did not look amazing at all. 2020, his first full season as a starter, the team went 4-9. He threw, he had 13 games, 13 starts, threw 254 for 443, which is a completion percentage of 57%. He threw almost 3,000 pass yards, throwing 16 passing touchdowns and 15 picks. In 2021, 3 starts, team went 0-3. Denver, 2021, threw 67 for 111, 60 completion percentage, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions. His rookie year, he actually looked really good with Denver in his rookie year, but hasn't looked as good since. 5 starts in his rookie year in 2019. Team went 4-1. He threw 106 for 156, which is a completion high. His completion percentage, 64.1% that year, is his career high. Threw 200 passing yards, 7 passing touchdowns, and 3 interceptions in his 5 starts. So, yeah. And now Drew Lock is back in Seattle. Let me know your thoughts on this signing in the comment section, and peace out.